Hello, and welcome to Susan Bird Artwork. I'm Sue Gilbert, the artist, and this is my muse, my collaborator, and my muse and spirit guide in spirit form. And together we have a brand of art designed to promote positivity and joy in the world. And in each of these videos, we like to show one aspect of art to entertain and amuse you. So today's subject is art with words. In other words, exploring the power of language. So from the earliest times, art and words have been combined as a form of communication. Here we have an example of hieroglyphics and another two examples of illuminated manuscript. Illustration is characterized by the use of words with art. So it's used to tell a story or to complement a message. And one of the finest examples is in advertising. Here we have Toulouse-Lautrec from the 1890s, Leonetto Cappiello, 1907, Leyendecker, 1912, and Norman Rockwell in 1940. Of course, most of these illustrators were world-class artists, although because of the commercial nature of their work, they were never considered fine artists. But all of this distinction began to change in the 1950s. That's when artists began to place words as central parts of their images. So I don't think anyone did more to change the concept of commercial versus fine art than our dear Andy Warhol, the icon of pop art in the 1960s. Warhol had begun his career as a very successful illustrator in the advertising world of the 1950s. In the early 60s, Warhol changed the very definition of fine art by incorporating product packaging into his artwork. These Brillo boxes and Campbell soup prints are primary examples. By uprooting them from their commercial context, Warhol forces us to look at them freshly and to question the very meaning of art and commercialism. This completely changed the art world, especially as his work was very well known, highly exhibited, and created an astronomical profit for him. Other artists followed suit, creating artworks that amplified various aspects of popular culture. Roy Lichtenstein, for example, created a whole series of paintings based on the comic books of his time. All of these featured words as a prominent and integral part of the art. Perhaps the most prominent example of pop art featuring words is Robert Indiana's huge sculpture, Love. Since it was first created in 1970, it's been replicated in all different media and translated into many different languages. Like many artists, I also have a background in commercial art. In the 1970s, I went to art school to study advertising, specifically advertising design. And in the course of those studies, I was asked to do ad campaigns involving print ads, billboards, mailers, and TV commercials. And so I had to learn about film, I learned about photography, I learned about illustration, and most fun of all, I learned about typography, placement, fonts, the juxtaposition of type with, and a headline perhaps, with art in order to sell something. And it was an invaluable background. However, I was not really geared for the advertising world, mainly because my ideas were just a tad too whimsical. Now, Susan Bird, on the other hand, she's born a pop artist. She loves pop art. So she claims that she has mentored Lichtenstein and Warhol and all the people of the pop art movement, or at least most of them. And so it was very natural that when she and I came together, one of our first works would be a piece of art with words. However, you have to know that as a muse and always in the background, Susan was feeling neglected. She wanted to be seen. And so our very, very first piece was an homage to Susaan. However, I argued that most people wouldn't be able to relate to that word without a context. And so I argued to change the word. Whee! This was far more successful. You can easily see in the bold colors and cartoony design that it has the influence of pop art. That's also a wonderful homage to Liechtenstein. From there, over the years, we've created a string of artworks using words as a prominent feature. And now, for your enjoyment, I'd like you to sit back and relax, and we'll show you a little slideshow of some of these pieces. So enjoy. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation of Art with Words. Our pieces are all available for purchase, and you can find the link in the comments below if you're interested. And I thank you so much for following us, for your encouraging comments, for liking us. It means so much. And so until our next video, I wish you all happy lives. Be gentle with yourselves. Thank you.